you should count trials and tribulations as joy, because that gives you an opportunity, in essence, to prove who you are.
Welcome to Impact and Fulfillment with Coach Mike D, where you'll gain practical wisdom and dynamic insight from amazing conversations to live your best life.
What's going on, y'all? This is Coach Mike D with another episode of Impact and Fulfillment. Hope y'all are having an amazing day and are doing things that are important, doing things that matter. And I hope you are pushing aside anything that does not. Literally, doing things that are important, doing things that matter. But I pray that you're pushing aside things that do not matter. Because again, life is way too short to focus your attention and your time and your resources on things that really do not move the needle. You know, it's interesting. I was just listening to a podcast not long ago. It was, Church for Entrepreneurs. There's a guy named Dr. Amos Johnson, and he drops a lot of gems on a regular basis. But he was talking about this one scripture, and it was interesting because I've heard this thing numerous times, but it never resonated with me until that day, which was just a couple of days ago. And it was James 1, 2, and 3. And it says, "Count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds, for you know that the testing of your faith produces steadfastness." So the thing that was crazy about that is I never thought about it through the lens of you should count trials and tribulations as joy, because that gives you an opportunity, in essence, to prove who you are. That gives you an opportunity, in essence, to prove, what you're made of. It really gives you an opportunity to, in essence, prove what you have been created to be, right? It's like it gives you that opportunity to test. You know what I'm saying? It's like we rarely know how strong we are until you test that thing. A lot of people roll off of reputation, but, for instance, I'll say back in the day when I was coaching youth football, I'm not from this particular area that I live in now in Knoxville, Tennessee. And so I'd moved here and I was younger when I was coaching youth football. But what's interesting is there were little kids who were coming through the youth football programs who had reputations from, previous coaches or when they played on previous levels. And so when they got to your level, somebody would say like, "Oh man, that's your quarterback," or "Yo, that's your starting so-and-so," or "Man, that's your best athlete," or "That's your this, that's your that." And there were times in which that individual kid was that dude, right? But then there were lots of times in which that kid may have been good 3 or 4 years ago at a lower level, but at this particular level, they're really not that good anymore. And it was interesting because, again, these individuals or these kids were living off of their previous reputation. But when it came down to proving who they are in this specific moment, it didn't always line up. And so I looked at this scripture and I heard it, and it made me really see challenges and trials as opportunities to really prove yourself, to validate whether or not the reputation is real, one. But then two, it forces you to, in essence, lean into your faith so that you can then become steady. Because once you do things multiple times, once you gain a lot of experience in a particular area, you then have confidence in that area. And so you need to have trials, you need to have challenges, you need to be presented with problems that need solving so that you can then work on various components of yourself to further strengthen yourself. But like that scripture said, to create steadfastness. And so it was interesting because, again, it's like a reframe. And so going forward, it's like, when you're met with a challenge, it's not I'm mad about it, I'm pissed off about it, or I wish it would be easy. It's now, oh man, I get to prove myself. Like, oh man, I get a chance to test whether or not I'm as strong as I think I am, or if I'm as knowledgeable about, I think something's a little low flying airplane. That's what you're hearing in the background. But I'm getting a chance to prove myself that whether or not, I'm on the right track, or do I need some more work? But either way, it's an opportunity. So for you listening to this, that's going through a challenge, that's being met with some level of difficulty or a problem that needs to be solved or conflict, etc., reframe what that thing is and start looking at it as an opportunity for you to maybe create some type of creative, solution. But at the very least, it's an opportunity for you to lean into what it is you believe and to become more steadfast and build experience. So yeah, man, I hope this is beneficial, because again, a lot of us strive for easy, but the reality is easy does not necessarily help us. We strive for easy, but easy does not really help us. All right. Well, hey, I hope you continue to live with purpose, make the most of the moments that you're blessed with, and grab a copy of my book, The 33 Laws of Impact and Fulfillment, available via Audible or Amazon. And continue to share this podcast out so as many people as possible, have access to some of the gems that get dropped. And until next time, y'all be blessed, well, and wise. And I'll holler at you. Peace.
I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and follow Coach Mike D everywhere on social media. Y'all be blessed, well, and wise.